Welcome to a case study on the launch strategy for Nintendo Wii, An Ocean of Difference, presented by Nalder. In this presentation, we will cover entry into the video game console market for Nintendo Wii, the design choices made by Nintendo when developing the Wii, and the external factors that impacted the video game console market. Finally, we'll also touch on the strategy used by Nintendo for the Wii, the Blue Ocean strategy. Instead of offering another similar video game console in a highly competitive market, Nintendo entered with an alternative approach to gaming as a whole. And as a result, the Wii dominated the market for the first few years of trading. The strategy for the Wii began long before the final prototypes commenced production. Major decisions were made in this production process that could have been seen as producing an inferior product to the competitors, but these decisions opened up Nintendo's potential customer pool and set them apart from competitors. But for traditional gamers at the time, the reduction in certain features was seen as a negative. But for the rest of the market, the non-traditional gamers Nintendo was trying to target, they were happy with the sacrifice of these features for the reduction in the price. In 2006, the Nintendo Wii entered into an Xbox-dominated market, with PlayStation also already established. The first year of sales saw a capture rate of 23% of total video game purchases. This took a radical change in the second year, increasing to 51% of the market share, a strong position that continued to be above 50% through until 2009. The difference in the Nintendo Wii console was mostly in the controller. Unlike competitors, the immersive motion controls revolutionized gameplay. The Wii aimed at trying to broaden the console gamer market by simplifying the controls, creating a unique interface that required movements that felt natural and adaptable rather than interacting with a keypad. The graphics, internal storage, sound technology, and other add-ons that were present in competitor consoles and lacked in the Nintendo Wii were not enough of a deterrent for Wii customers. Rather, the major differences in the Wii were enough to set it apart from competitors that often customers would have the Wii console in addition to other gaming consoles. The Wii entered into the market using a fringe market low-end approach, and this is apparent in the reduction and neglect of features like the DVD player, high-definition graphics, and Dolby 5.1 sound. This enabled Nintendo to enter the market at a much lower price. The price point compared to the competitors and the new type of gaming interface is described as what's known as a fringe market low-end approach. The Wii competitors at the time of the launch were all positioned in the high end of the console market and were mostly upgrades to existing consoles with little new attribute performance. Nintendo's Blue Ocean strategy was a focus on innovation and appealing to a new market, as well as disrupting the existing market with a low-level entry point on price and usability, and this is described as the Blue Ocean strategy. This is the main driving force for the success of the introduction of the Wii and will be expanded on later in the presentation. The Nintendo Wii operates in the broad entertainment industry, which includes all forms of personal entertainment such as movies, TV, music, and other forms of recreation like video games. The video game sub-industry consists of diverse gaming options across multiple platforms like mobile gaming and computer games. Mobile gaming at the time of the Nintendo Wii launch includes platforms such as the Nintendo DS, Sony PSP, and other portable personal gaming devices, as well as games on mobile phones. Computer gaming consists of an array of users with diversification across styles of games. The multiple uses for the home computer increases the device availability for non-traditional gamers. Video gaming consoles are typically used in conjunction with a separate screen and has a history of 2 decades worth of upgrades and improvements, all to a similar style of playing interface. Competitors in this environment at the time were aiming at convergence of all devices attached to the screen, offering DVD, Blu-ray, and other forms of video streaming capability, high-definition graphics, and large amounts of internal storage that drove the prices for the consoles right up. The macro forces in the video game industry include technology advancements, the global and regional economy, and population demographics. For technology, in 2010, the popularity of online gaming increased and PlayStation and Xbox sales captured more share of the market than previous years. The superior graphics and immersive shared online gaming experiences offered by PlayStation and Xbox wasn't met by the Wii. And advancement in technology continues to kill off existing tech at an ever-increasing rate. Referred to as Moore's Law, this rate of technological advances is greater in both nature and timing each new generation. The global economy affects the sales of video game consoles. Consumers react to prices of consoles and individual games as this spending is linked to unnecessary or leisure allocation of income. The population demographics. Typically, video games are targeted towards boys and men that are already gamers. New consoles and games are also introduced at the top end of the market. However, Nintendo Wii identified the number of users outside of this market that would benefit from low-cost inclusive gameplay. The demographic Nintendo was targeting stretched far beyond the conventional video game user, and entire households were targeted as potential users and marketed to accordingly. The inclusive interface and the low price of the console broadened the market for Wii much further than its competitors. The key marketing operation undertaken by Nintendo Wii is known as the Blue Ocean Strategy, best explained by Harvard Business Review.
This universe consists of two kinds of markets, red oceans and blue oceans, a concept pioneered by INSEAD professors W. Chan Kim and René Beauborn. Red oceans represent existing industries and markets, where industry boundaries and the rules of competition are well defined. Companies strive to outperform rivals and grab a bigger share of existing demand. As the space gets crowded, fierce competition turns the water bloody. Competitive or market competing strategy is about how to occupy red oceans. By contrast, blue ocean or market creating strategy is about how to create and capture unknown markets where demand is created rather than fought over. In some cases, this spawns entirely new industries. But most blue oceans emerge when a company alters the boundaries of an existing industry.
Nintendo altered the boundary of the video game industry by focusing on inclusion and innovation. Inclusion was derived from the removal of certain features and also the new innovation of an entirely different interface. The Wii sailed further and further from its competitors. Between them lies an ocean of difference.